Heading to the Japanese Grand Prix here at the Suzuka International Circuit. The KWGP cars have respectively taken the front row, that composing of Kevin DeVries and Anna Babis. And starting third, right behind them, is hometown hero Rena Hirose from Newcom Incorporated. Carlos Zavala had qualified fourth in the position, but will start 14th due to a 10-grid penalty he had inherited from the round of Belgium. Presented with championship leader Anna Babis, who's starting second in the race. As mentioned earlier, Leo and Merriweather has also obtained a 5-grid penalty for avoidable collisions from the Belgian Grand Prix and will be starting 19th. The Japanese Grand Prix is meant to be half the circuit is more so high speed, and the second half of the circuit is more so technical. The very chaotic figure 8 circuit, if you will, begins off at the first corner with the S curves, and into the Dunlop curve, into the Degner right-handers, into the hairpin, off into 200R. The spoon hairpin is kind of an interesting one. The spoon curve, excuse me, is where overtakes usually happen more so on the outside than the inside, because it usually turns into an outside, inside, and outside kind of line of how drivers are taking it during qualifying. The Casio triangle is of most concern throughout each of the qualifying sessions, with many collisions having occurred. Big problem is the Casio triangle, with various collisions during practice and qualifying, that being of Zachary Fitzwater Jr. and James Mullins. The Fitzwater Australia cars particularly are not performing all that great this weekend, and it kind of surprises me at least. The race is 40 laps long. Drivers would expect to pit around between laps 6 and 8, so strategy will come into play. The S's are definitely a great overtaking point if the drivers can nail it perfectly. Just gotta be on the outside line off the first corner and into the S's, so you can have that inside line advantage heading into Dunlop. Other than that, there really isn't any more overtaking positions, perhaps other than the straightaway heading into 130R and the Casio triangle. So, with that said, on to the round of Japan. And it's lights out, and away we go here for the Japanese Grand Prix. Kevin DeVries has gone on to a great start, so is Rena Hirose and Adrian Leroux as the field flies into turn number 1. And exiting turn 1, DeVries gets a fantastic run on the outside off turn 1. Rena Hirose is going to try to close in on him, heading into the S's. And the S cars are a big concern with the overtaking opportunities. We might see someone off the track. I don't see one off the track quite yet, however. And Leroux getting out of shape off the end of the S is heading to Dunlop. There's another car out of shape. I think that was Tom's Life back there as well. But Kevin DeVries, once again, off to a brilliant start. And the number 10, he's trying to help the Constructors' Championship hopes for the KWGP team. And, well, look at Anna Babis getting loose there. Leroux almost making contact with her. And into the hairpin now. This will definitely determine how where your track position will be, as Hirose is going to try to close in on to 10 by the end of the first lap. It looks like Babis is going to secure the third position. Heading into the spoon, it appears so for now. Vincenzo Focusato is running in 5th position. He started 9th on the grid, I believe, or 8th, excuse me, on the grid. And now he's already up to 3 spots. It was the winner of the Belgian Grand Prix just this past race weekend there. Is now down the Casio triangle. Flawless corner for DeVries as well as Hirose, but Hirose is getting close in on now by Anna Babis, the championship lead, who lost the championship lead last week because of Carlos Zavala's calamity from last weekend. And at the end of the first lap, it's going to be Kevin DeVries leading. Meanwhile, Anna Babis is battling with Rena Hirose for the 2nd position. She's got the inside line heading into the Dunlop, and she's got her right just like that. Anna Babis is trying to help her championship hopes after losing it last weekend to Vincenzo Focusato. And Focusato right now just overtook Leroux for the 4th position, so he's also making quick work of his adversaries. He's now going to go out to Rena Hirose for, I believe that's going to be the 3rd position. And now KWGP 1-2, just as they expected to be in the early stages of this Grand Prix. As the Beast this time is going to try to chase down her teammate for the race lead. It looks like she's probably going to do it by the end of this lap. He's considerably faster than DeVries. Alec McTremors was overtaken by Giancarlo Corelli on the outside of heading to turn 1. Of course, we missed that bit earlier. But let's see what happens in the Casio Triangle. Focusato's all over Hirose's gearbox. And all over DeVries' gearbox. As well for Anna Beast. Anna is wasting no time whatsoever in trying to overtake for the lead. And Focusato getting held up a bit there by Hirose. Now let's see, we're into lap 3 now. As Hirose is risking of losing the 3rd position to Vincenzo Focusato. And DeVries starting to fluster up a bit. As is Hirose. Hirose might surrender the 3rd position to Focusato. She knows that he's the championship leader. But I don't think Anna Beast is going to quite make the move. Yeah, Focusato is just taking 3rd from the 5 of Hirose. Another driver to be looking out for is Sean Angel. Look at that inside line move. He's going to pull on Alec McTremors off of turn 1, forcing him up high and heading into the S's just like that. Angel has got him. From the get-go, he gets a little out of shape there. Even towards the end of the S's, looks like Rika Nomura might be closing in on the McTremors as well. So Sean Angel has also proven to be very fast this weekend as well, in spite of qualifying, I believe, just about 10th place in the Japanese Grand Prix. However, we would have our first collision on lap 3. There's Leo Merriweather making quick work of his adversaries, and he puts Tom Slipa into the tire barriers. Not a great start for him in a Japanese Grand Prix. But Lipa is going to continue on. Regardless, he's not going to battle with Tanahashi for position. Shinsuke Tanahashi, runs himself off the track, and Bullet Nariso is off as well. So we're looking at Bullet Nariso right now. Oh, he was actually, in fact, behind the incident, and I think he was, gets way out of shape heading in the S's, and, smacks the tire barrier off the first out of the S's, and 3 wide between Lipa and Tanahashi isn't a great idea, as Tanahashi and Bullet take each other off the course once again. Nariso has definitely not had a great start either, to say the least. As Bullet Nariso is headed down pit road. Oh dear, Babis gets out of shape there off the second right-hander. Here comes Vincenzo Focusato for the 2nd position. Can he get her off the outside line? And it appears that he might not be able to get her this time. Getting the 200R. It's going to go to Anna Babis for now. She has cleared the 2. The 2 still got an opening to poke through, but is not going to commit. Wise move by Vincenzo Focusato heading to the spoon there. That would have caused him to run wide off the track. But Focusato is just about a second faster than the leaders are right now. He's pushing it as hard as he can to perhaps extend his championship lead, exiting the Japanese Grand Prix. Right now, Hirose under tremendous pressure from Adrian Leroux, and I believe that's that's Giancarlo Corelli, excuse me, back there. And now it's going to be a 3-horse battle for the race lead. That being the KWGP cars versus Vincenzo Focusato. Focusato is holding back for now. Surmising that there could be a collision between both KWGP cars because they're racing very, very hard for the race lead. Looks like DeVries is getting a little out of shape in the S's. Maintains control for now, as Hirose might surrender to 4th position to Leroux. Hanmore has done a great job this weekend as well. And no, they're still battling for position, actually, as a matter of fact. Looking at this battle again here, there's Hirose under enormous pressure from Adrian Leroux. She tries to squeeze him out on the outside of the Dunlop curve. Not going to happen. And Giancarlo Corelli is going to try to follow Leroux heading into the first right-hander. And it might just go to Leroux. Yes, it does. Hirose gets a little out of shape. And she might lose 2 positions, as a matter of fact, to Corelli. Corelli is got the advantage heading into the hairpin now. Sean Angel was right behind both drivers. He could take any kind of advantage from their mistakes. As Renault Hirose is complaining of a lack of power in the moto, that could be problematic for Yukon Incorporated in general. As Pirelli's not necessarily done with Hirose quite yet. As Pirelli overtakes 5 heading off 130R, and will probably chase down the 15 for the 4th position. No change in the lead quite, or just yet. But it looks like Sean Angel is eventually going to have to go after Renault Hirose as well, as that power is, the power issue that Hirose is having could be problematic. And it is being problematic to her right now, as she's going to be attacked by Sean Angel heading into the S's. You gotta wonder what's going through Renault Hirose's mind right now. She's about to be overtaken by Sean Angel on the outside line. She tries to squeeze him out again like she did with Leroux. Fails to do so and will surrender the 5th position, or the 6th position to Sean Angel. And you gotta be incredibly frustrated with a loss of power in the 5. And of course the home crowd isn't very pleased either, to say the least. And there is Rika Nomura, her teammate, who just overtook Alec Matrever's her position as well. Here is Leland Merriweather, who already has a 10-second time penalty from the stewards. He's approaching across the ball, and and they put each other into the tire barriers. Zavala looks like he was either got out of shape or he just simply tried to block the 11, but either way, both cars have significant damage to each other's. Zavala must be incredibly frustrated because he was well on his way to scoring a decent points day in spite of having a grip penalty, and gives the 11 a one-finger salute. I'm not necessarily surprised by that either. Here it is again on the helicopter about 1/4 time. Zavala, he barely got the... Yeah, he just barely got the rumble strip heading to the end of the S's, and well, there isn't much you can do if you're Leo and Merriweather. You couldn't necessarily back off at that point, so... In spite of the wreck being under investigation by the stewards, are calling it a racing incident between both cars, but kind of a shame that both drivers had to suffer from this. In all fairness, though, Zavala did get a fishtailed it heading towards the end of the S's. Renault Hirose is still continuing to struggle with the lack of power in that Newcomb Incorporated race car, and she blows it up! Just heading off of 200R. Well, you couldn't find a much worse timing there to blow your engine. Heading into the spoon. Now her teammate Rika Nomura is going to be approaching her. Oh, wow, there was a new collision between both drivers. Kind of in a racing line. And almost took out Alec Matrever's, but Hirose has just nowhere to go at this point, and she's trying to veer it off the racing surface as much as she can. And that's her day over right there. Pit stops occur at the end of lap 7. Vincenzo Focusato is going to stay out this time. Offside, look at him, but he's trying to beat the 10 off pit road. But to no avail. Kevin DeVries is going to continue to lead this race off pit road, and effectively could lead all the way to the end of the next stint. Focusato now exiting off pit road. Heading into lap number 9 now of 40. We're just about the 1/4 way of this Grand Prix. He knows he's going to be slow just off pit road. And with cold tires, he's got to take it easy. Oh, and Beast gets out of shape off turn 1. I think she's got it together. As Giancarlo Corelli trying to battle with the 10 for the 2nd position. And up the outside, very tight racing there between both drivers, heading beyond the S's into the Dunlop curve now. Corelli is trying to find every hole he can choose to overtake the 10 for position. He's going to try to use Focusato as a block for one. Corelli gets him out of shape, and just like that, Giancarlo Corelli takes the 2nd position. And now Corelli is after his teammate Focusato for the race lead, who's currently leading the Drivers' Championship. This isn't exactly what Focusato needs to extend it from from Annabelle Beast at this point. Focusado trying to hold his teammate up, and look at that, Corelli shoves him to the outside with a spoon, and you gotta be kidding me, he actually overtook his teammate on the inside. Remember what I said earlier, that usually the outside line is preferable in the spoon? Well, Giancarlo Corelli just proved me wrong right there, and Kevin DeVries has also overtaken the two exiting the spoon as well. Sean Angel running in 5th, he's gonna start trailing the leaders pretty soon. With how fast he's been, and yes, he's right there behind Annabelle Beast for the 4th position. Also heading toward the end of lap 9, look at Leo and Merriweather. He dives down the inside of Tom's Lipa, getting held up by Jay Mullins into the Casio Triangle, and just like that, a beautiful overtake. Exiting the Casio Triangle by Leo and Merriweather. He might just go overtake the remaining two cars right ahead of him. Of course, this is for non-points main position. So an excellent run there. Now he's going to overtake the 20 position. That's Norris will get out of shape early. Oh, there might have been a collision back there. I just saw Tom's Lipa getting out of shape. No, there is not a collision. As a matter of fact, he just got out of shape by himself. And look at Merriweather. He's not done yet on overtaking. He's going to overtake Mullins for position, and just like that on the outside, heading into the Dunlop curve. Splendid job there by 9-11 of Leo Merriweather, in spite of having a time penalty from earlier. Also on lap 10, there's Rico Nomura battling with Adrian Moreau, who has been rather slow since his first pit stop. Oh, if she catches him off guard, that makes him move a little bit early, but I think amazing pass there by Rico Nomura as Moreau is once again out of shape off the S's, and is going to chase down the top 5 for position. Splendid run there by Rico Nomura in number 6, trying to recover from the engine failure of her teammate Rena Hirose, the Finnish Grand Prix winner from earlier this year, might I add. That being of Rico Nomura. Now she's going to try to chase down Sean Angel for the 5th position. And a couple laps later, here is Nomura all over the gearbox of Sean Angel. Contact between both cars off turn 1. Thankfully they hold on to it, but Nomura just set her personal fastest lap, which is the 2nd fastest lap on the track, other than the 9 of the Beast from earlier on in the Grand Prix. And once again, a splendid overtake by Rico Nomura. She is on a mission today to perhaps win the Japanese Grand Prix in front of her home crowd. And this will definitely make Newcomer Incorporated proud if this were to happen today. And now she's going to try and chase down the Beast for position. Look how much faster she is, and she's pushing it as hard as she can in the 2nd stint. And she might actually be able to overtake the 9 once she reaches her heading into the Casio Triangle, if she really could. Driving in hard on the spoon, and oh, not quite yet. No, I'm wrong. She's right after the 9. And is she going to try to overtake heading into 130R? Doesn't look like it. She might try to do it though, heading into the Casio Triangle, as Nomura might give her a bit of a bump heading to final chicane. No, she's just going to play fair with the 9, and she tried to peek the outside with the Beast blocks. And now we're heading into lap number 13 of the Japanese Grand Prix, as Rico Nomura is trying everything she can to overtake the 9. And look at that, she's got the outside line heading into the S's. This could work in her favor. Great run heading, entering, and just like that, Rico Nomura will obtain the 4th position. Once again on a mission to chase down the race leaders and perhaps have a shot at winning the Japanese Grand Prix. Nomura once again set another personal fastest lap on the track, but still not faster than the 9 whom she just overtook, heading off the S's. We are now entering the next pit cycle, heading to the end of lap 14. Vincenzo Focusado and Rico Nomura both stay out for one more lap, I believe. A wise idea from both drivers. They could have the upper hand later in the stint, but Focusado must know that Nomura is approaching him very quickly. As they now exit off turn 1. And the S is Focusado. Doesn't have a very large championship lead over Beast. However, this would help him considerably if he ends up winning the race today. And perhaps give him a shot of winning the World Drivers' Championship for the Formula B Series. Now that'd be something to be proud of for Vincenzo Focusado. He, I believe, was a former competitor in the Dash Cup Series for a couple of races. Correct me if I'm wrong on this. But never mind on that. Ricky Nomura is approaching him very quickly, heading into the hairpin now. And Nomura is very hungry to get that, to obtain a race lead from the 2. She has been superbly quick. And she probably has a softer tire compound than what Focusado has. And now Vincenzo Focusado, under tremendous pressure by the 6 of Ricky Nomura, the now hometown hero for this race. He's going to try and battle for the race lead. What's she going to do heading into the Casio Triangle? They're going to break into the Casio Triangle. Nomura dives to the inside. Oh! No contact! Focusado's around! You have got to be kidding me. And Nomura's diving for the pit. She knows that this was her fault. Focusado, I don't believe, had intended to pit this lap. But that's got to be gut-wrenching for Vincenzo Focusado. Huge heartbreak for the 2 team. We are on board Ricky Nomura, and, well... yeah, Nomura just saw an opening, and she committed way too hard. And, well, she did turn left, and she knew this was her fault, and, yep, stewards are giving her a, they're going to hold her in the pits for a bit. And she knew this was her fault, and she felt bad for him. And I think I apologized on the radio about this issue. On board the back of Vincenzo Focusado, let's see what he had to see heading into the Casio Triangle. As, yeah, Nomura just dove it in there. As once again, Focusado is, not very pleased about this one. Lap 20 now as Giancarlo Corelli's under pressure from Kevin DeVries for the race lead. Corelli's on a harder tire strategy. He gets out of shape there off turn 1, makes contact with Kevin DeVries heading into the S's. Battle for the race lead commences once more. This time being between Corelli and DeVries. He's trying to squeeze him out as much as possible, but it's decisive at this point as Kevin DeVries will retake the race lead. DeVries, I think, is on a bit of a softer tire strategy for the 3rd stint, and this is definitely working to his advantage. Entering the halfway point of this race. As we're past the halfway point now, Beast is battling with Ricky Nomura for, I believe, the 3rd position. And Focusado making contact with Sean Angel. Exiting turn 1, the same issue that happened with Angel and Nomura just earlier. This is deja vu for Sean Angel at this point. Just almost getting dumped off turn 1. And Focusado peeks to the outside off the S's. And just like that, I don't think he's cleared him. Oh, off Dunlop. Yes, he has. He's cleared Sean Angel. As Focusado has set the 2nd fastest lap of the race just this previous lap. He's now going to approach Beast, who's getting held up by Ricky Nomura, who's on a harder tire strategy. As Focusado down the inside of Beast, is he going to prevail heading off a 200R? No, he isn't. As Nomura, again defending for her life for that 3rd position. Focusado making a bit more contact with the back end of the 9. You know, that 2 is very hungry for revenge on Ricky Nomura from early. He is very irate about the collision from earlier. And has to be a 3-car battle for 3rd. And look at this, Focusado down out the outside. The 9 blocks him, entering the Casio Triangle. And he's going to have to wait one more time to make a move. And Sean Angel is going to short pit as well as the leaders. This time handing Ricky Nomura the lead. And it's a turn 1 now. The 9 is diving down the inside of Rika Nomura. Nomura defends on the high line. Off the first corner now. This is definitely going to be a big battle for the lead. And look at Focusato. He's going to try and make a move on both cars. It looks like as they're entering the final half, 3 wide for the race lead. Focusato pokes a hole. Contact between Nomura and Focusato. Focusato and Nomura. More contact. Both cars are around. Focusato and Nomura into the tire barriers. Oh dear, and Nomura is throwing the one-finger salute at him for this. I cannot believe what I've just seen. Vincenzo Focusato trying to force a 3 wide between Rika Nomura himself and Anna Beast, but then Nomura didn't appreciate it as Focusato turned left right back into her, and he eventually took himself out of the Japanese Grand Prix. You know that in Nomura showing her displeasure with the one-finger salute to him as she thought that this was intentional. On board Vincenzo Focusato for the second time. Focusato did attempt to make the move. A very dangerous move heading into this. It would have worked had he had enough room, but of course Nomura tried not giving him room at all, and Nomura just didn't like what he was doing, and yeah, Focusato was just turning left into her, and effectively just took himself out of the Japanese Grand Prix. And of course, once again, a very irate Rika Nomura after the race, or after that incident there. Nomura, very displeased about this, is going to try to limp the car back to pit road, and oh, here's Giancarlo Corelli approaching her. Corelli's not very happy with her. I said, oh, Nomura she just brake checked the one off the track. Oh boy, the stewards are investigating this incident immediately. That was blatant. Here's Corelli attempting to approach the 6, and the 6 was just blocking him. He didn't appreciate it. Tries to go up the outside, and she just brake checked him. And makes contact with the tire barrier. That's going to cause him a huge amount of time in the stand. He eventually gets it back out. You gotta wonder the displeasure for the FIAM and Newcomb teams. And oh dear, there's a fight in pit road between both teams. And yep, they disqualified the 6. I can't say I'm very surprised about that one. There by the stewards. I mean, Corelli was just trying to overtake the 6 on the outside of the spoon, and then just deliberately brake checks him. And Nomura is entering pit road right now to probably retire the car from the Japanese Grand Prix. A rather rough weekend there for Newcomb Incorporated. As what? What is Newcomb doing? Ladies and gentlemen, the Newcomb Incorporated team is attempting to repair Rika Nomura's car to send her back out on the track. No, the stewards have disqualified her. Why hasn't she not retired the car yet? Oh dear. Is she gonna go back out on the track? Please tell me she's not going back out on the track after what she just committed. Oh my god, she is. Rika Nomura has just re-entered the track. That is a huge no-no. To deliberately ignore disqualifications, and she's going to rejoin the track. She knows she's not going to score, but at least she can try to finish in front of her home crowd. Oh, I expect a pretty hefty penalty from the Formula B paddock after the race, that's for sure. The beneficiary of this incident are the KWGP team, or is the KWGP team. Of course, with Kevin DeVries continuing to lead the Japanese Grand Prix, along with his teammate, Anna Beast right behind him. Now, Sean Angel was running third. Splendid job from what, about 9th, I believe, on the grid to third. Impressive showing by Sean Angel indeed. And DeVries is might be on his way to winning the Japanese Grand Prix, but probably not without a fight, because Anna Beast is going to try to retake. She's effectively going to retake the championship lead after what just happened between Vincenzo Focusato and Rika Nomura. Which Nomura has not exited the track yet. But words cannot describe how disgraceful that was by Rika Nomura, but enough enough on that. Anna Babis is now approaching her teammate to perhaps take the race lead. Could be another battle for the race lead. In the Japanese Grand Prix, there was a great battle earlier between Fukusato, Babis, and Nomura, but with all that happening, of course, you gotta wonder how the race could have been had both cars not wreck each other, exiting the S's. And now DeVries is heading down pit road. This time for the end of his 4th stint, as DeVries is going to stay out, as well as Sean Angel. And is that Alec McTrevors up there? No, it is not. It is in fact Matthew Strauff running in the 3rd position. So, splendid job by Matthew Strauff, I must say. I think this is his first few races in Formula B, and yet he's doing so well with the McGuire Grand Prix team. And a Hungarian could be looking at his first podium of the year, actually. That'd be quite the impressive showing if that would have happened today. But that could be up to question because he's got to battle Sean Angel for that position first. And we'll retain that. Adrian Leroux has been rather slow ever since the end of his first stint of the Japanese Grand Prix. And of course, with Saval being taken out earlier, and wow, that was a nice pass by Drake Chatier in the Master Sport there. Splendid overtake by him, but back to Leroux. He's kind of struggled throughout the remainder of this race. He doesn't have any damage of any kind, but I'm still unsure as to why the Hammer cars are struggling this much of late. And oh, that's probably why he's lacking a lot of grip on those tires. Now that I understand. He's lacking a lot of grip. He just ran himself off coming to the end of the S's. But yeah, Hanmore in general is just kind of struggled to announce. I mean, Zavala got wrecked by Merriweather, and now a performance problem with Leroux. So once again, tough break for Hanmore Formula Racing Team, as they were having a very promising performance this weekend. Here's Shinsuke Tanahashi going a lap down to NLB's, heading into lap 31. We are now at 10 laps to go in the Japanese Grand Prix. Sean Angel is trying everything he can to reel in the 9 for the race lead. Sean Angel has been on fire all race today, starting from nearly the midfield to all the way up to the podium position. The Chris Irvis Racing must be very proud to see that kind of performance coming from Sean Angel. Very talented driver from Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, and he may land himself a Formula A spot in the future. But back to Anna Babis at the moment. She is effectively going to retake the championship lead after this race due to Vincenzo Fukasato's misfortunes. Something along those lines. Oh no. Is that? Oh my god. It is Rika Nomura. She still has not exited the track, and yet the stewards have constantly black flagged her to get off. Yeah, I can definitely tell that there will be a hefty penalty after Japan with the decision that Nomura has made. I mean, I'm even surprised she's made it off track. Not quite yet. And now Babis is approaching the 6. As heading into the Cassia Triangle. As no, Nomura's not gonna. Is she gonna kindly get out of her way? Nope, she's gonna block her, and the Babis already just committed to the inside line. Now she's got a Fitzwater Australia to deal with. Heading into turn 1, I believe that was Jay Mullins. Yeah, but once again, Anna Babis has done everything that she can. Yeah, that is in fact Mullins on the track. Babis has done everything she could to maintain the race lead and perhaps retake the championship lead. Of course, this could be a much different story if her and Fukusato were having it on the track at this moment. But here's Mullins now, gonna block her heading into a set of right-handers. That's not gonna make her very happy. As blue flag, of course, the stewards are giving the 23 blue flags, but he's not going to get out of the way, is he? No, I don't think he is. And Anima Beast, yep, I expected that. Gives him the kind one-finger salute, and will carry on with the race. And here Shinsuke Tanahashi battling it out with Kevin DeVries. DeVries is trying to put him a lap down. As, oh, look at Tanahashi, and contact between both cars, and, oh. Well, this is definitely making Japan very proud of that. I mean, who in their right idea would just diving in there, heading into the S's and expecting to get out of the way? Of course, DeVries panicked, got out of shape, and Shinsuke still stuck his nose in there, and they just wreck each other as a result. Once again, Japan must be rather embarrassed from everyone's performances. Japan most likely isn't very proud of what's happened today. Of course, with Brenda Hirose's engine failure, then with Rika Nomura's incident, to sugarcoat it lightly, and with Shinsuke Tanahashi's lack of common sense by just poking his nose and expecting Tani to get out of the way. In spite of all that's happened with KWGP, they're not going to come out with a perfect race. However, they still got one more lap to go as, oh dear, Zachary Fitzwater Jr. is now holding up the 9 of Anima Beast. This must not make her very happy. She was already held up by Jay Mullins earlier. And what is it with the Fitzwater Australia cars blocking the KWGP? Anyway, white flag is out for Anima Beast. She must be very pleased that she'll retake the points lead from Vincenzo Focasato exiting this race. And heading into the S-curves now, as Fitzwater's getting away, and once again gives a one-finger salute to Zachary Fitzwater, Jr. Yeah, I'm not very surprised that the Fitzwater Australia cars would be giving more one-finger salutes than they would praises throughout the day. Or make it the one-finger salutes that they will, I guess. Enough banter. Moving forward here, Babis now heading off the 2 right-handers and into the hairpin. Babis is running a rather flawless race, running behind her teammate for the majority of it, and then eventually retaking the race lead from him. Babis has run no less than spectacular today, in spite of her little scary moment where Rika Nomura and Vincenzo Focasato wrecked each other, exiting the S's on lap 22. Now that nightmare is going to come to an end. She's just got to clear 130R. And she is home free. Into the Casio Triangle now. If she does it flawlessly, and she does. Heading out the final corner for the final time, KWGP's Anima Beast will take home the Japanese Grand Prix here at the Suzuka International Circuit. Taking home the second position by a little over 5 seconds is Sean Angel. Splendid performance from him today. Third is Matty Strauff, as Strauff has also had an impressive showing for the A team, and I am indeed impressed with his performances, to say the least. McGuire must be very proud of him for his splendid driving today. Jinko Corelli, in spite of being brake checked off the spoon by Rika Nomura, has made his way up to 4th. So, it wasn't all that bad for Corelli, although he would have had a shot at winning the Japanese Grand Prix had that not had happened. As Derek Chatier in the Master Sport will score 5th. 6th will be Adrian Leroux, struggling in the later stages of the race. Leo Merriweather has inherited the 10-second time penalty added to him at the end of the race, which will drop him to 9th. 7th will go to the 7, funny enough, to Alex McTrevors. So double points day for McGuire. They must be happy about this one. 8th has gone to the 21. I think that would be the 21 of Serge Popov. Serge Popov, coming out of a podium in Belgium, of course, will be finishing a little lower down a grid. At least he'll be scoring points, though. Primary Racing, mostly proud of what they've really struggled with this weekend. They'll probably take that over not scoring at all. And, of course, 9th is Leo Merriweather with his little antics from earlier. And 10th is Tom Slipa, speaking of which, from the collision from earlier on in the Japanese Grand Prix. And here in the championship points, exiting Japan, only 4 drivers are mathematically eligible to win the Drivers' Championship. Sean Angel is the first driver eliminated from the Drivers' Championship. Therefore, Anno Babis, Vincenzo Focusato, Renato Hirose, and Jackson Harrose are your final 4 drivers heading to the final 2 rounds of the year, that being Mexico and Abu Dhabi. Though we aren't sure how the penalty will play out for Newcomb Incorporated after their actions from Japan, it's not likely that we're going to see Renato Hirose or Jackson Harrose be the 2 finalists in the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix for the World Drivers' Championship. Or who knows, maybe both drivers would do well in Mexico City, and then it'd be a 4-horse battle for the championship. Of course, Babis now has a 13-point lead over Vincenzo Focusato, rather comfortable there for her liking. Focusato is still rather irate of what had just happened between him and Riki Nomura. Of course, his actions aren't really justifiable either, to be fairly honest. Kevin DeVries will be 6th, tying with him is Giancarlo Corelli. 8th is Tom Slipen. 9th, Alec Travers. 10th, Carlos Zavala. 11th, Riki Nomura, though I anticipate a heftier penalty. Leon Merriweather, Adrian LaRoe, Sergio Popov, Matthew Strauff jumping way up in points, Walter Stanton, Scott Roush, Zachary Fitzwater Jr., Derek Chatier, Jay Mullins, Kenny Myatt, Bulat Nurasil, Shinsuke Tanahashi, and Jay Pericles. And heading to the Constructors' Championship exiting Japan, KWGP, of course, has a 13-point lead over FIAM. FIAM, again, not very pleased at what happens today, and reasonably so. 3rd is Newcomb, though I anticipate a big penalty out of this race. 4th is Master Sport, and 2 points behind them is, they've done a surprisingly swell job this year. And the final team in contention for the Constructors' Championship are Hanmore. Eliminated from the Constructors' Championship being McGuire with 76, Bremer 33, Fitzwater, Australia with 26, Deadman with 22, and Torpedo with 18. The Formula B paddock will head off to Mexico City for the penultimate round of the 2017 Formula B